and the works that had begun have been left whilst it is raining. The gutters that were supposed to be completed and are not completed have developed into huge gullies that are causing severe issues for the people of the community. So, Mr. Speaker, I want the minister to, if possible, give assurance as to when, in his estimation, the contractor can go back to site for works to continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with my colleague. It's very disappointing that a contractor will be awarded a project of this magnitude and significance and only carry out, since the award of the project, just 2%. Indeed, as he describes, once the contractor went to site to attempt to do something and fails, it rather makes the situation worse in some cases. As I said, because it's a contract, there is a process by which you can legitimately terminate or encourage the contractor to continue work. We are in the final stages of encouraging the contractor to abide by the tenets of the contract, failure to which we may have no other choice than to terminate and get a contractor who is more capable of doing the work to continue. So I want to sympathize with my colleague, and we shall work together to see how to get this done within the shortest possible time, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Dr. Gideon Boako.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Minister. Mr. Speaker, may I respectfully beseech the Honorable Minister to see how best he can get the contractor specifically to go to Boma town to complete the portions of the gutter work that have been left unattended to, that is being eaten away by heavy erosion. So, Speaker, unfortunately, that is where I come from. And if we get to my hometown now, there are portions of the gutter work. The contractor had already dug the grounds, but the concrete work have not been done. And therefore, when it rains, anytime it rains, the gutters keep widening. Can the minister get the contractor to finish those portions of the road for us? That would be very dear to us.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, through the agency responsible for this, we shall do our best to make sure the contractor goes back to site, failure to which we would terminate the work and get a much more capable contractor to complete the works. Thank you.
Very well. Honorable members, we now turn to question 275. Question 275. And the question stands in the name of Honorable Twenebo Akodua Fokuo, a member for Manson Kwanta. Honorable, you have the floor now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways updates on the upgrading of the following roads in the Manson Kwanta constituency. The first one is Pechi Antokrom Feeder Road. The second one is Municipal Number 1 and Trebum Bypass Road. The third one is Pechi Number 1 and Pechi Number 2 Road. Then the fourth one, Anua Kwanta to Manson Kwanta Road. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Pechi Antokrom Feeder Road has been awarded under the project titled Upgrading of Pechi Number 2, Antokrom Feeder Road, 21.3 kilometers. Trede to Pechi Number 2 link, 2.4 kilometers, and critical access, 0.95 kilometers, total 24.65 kilometers, to bituminous surfacing. The contract commenced on the 8th of July 2024 for completion by 7th of July 2026. The project is currently at 34.08% physical completion. The contractor is currently on site and works are ongoing. 2. Neneso number 1 and 2, and then Trabo bypass. This project was awarded under the contract titled Rehabilitation of Trabuam Neneso number 1 Road, kilometer 0 to 16, and Trabuam Road bypass, 0.9 of a kilometer. The contract, which was awarded on 28th of May 2024, commenced on 28th of June 2024 for completion by 27th of June 2026. The project is currently 18.5% physical completion. The contractor is on site and works are ongoing. Pechi number 1 and Pechi number 2, Mr. Speaker. This road has been awarded with a contract titled Upgrading of Pechi number 1 to Pechi number 2, 1.4 kilometers feeder road and critical access 1.8 kilometers, total 4.6 to bituminous surfacing. The contract commenced on the 9th of September 2024 for completion by 8th of September 2025. The project is at 20.95 physical completion. The contractor is currently on site and works are ongoing. Then the last one, Mr. Speaker, the Anwian Kwanta to Mansun Kwanta, Abore, and then Eduama Masa Road. Mr. Speaker, this has been awarded as an addendum, rehabilitation of Anwian Kwanta to Mim Junction Road, 26.4 kilometers, under the project titled Reconstruction of Anwian Kwanta to Obuasi Road, 30 kilometers, Lot 7. The contract was awarded on the 1st of October 2024 for completion within 48 calendar months. The project is at 26% physical completion. The contractor is currently not on site due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get the contractor back to site to complete the rest of the work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, thank you. So, my second question, or the first supplementary question, I think the minister acknowledged that for one of the roads, the contractor is not on site because payments have delayed. I want to ask the minister if he's received IPCs for the other roads as well, and if there are payments in sight in the coming weeks or months. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the cutoff point for IPCs at the ministry currently date back to 2018. In other words, those whose certificates have been recognized since 2018 are yet to be paid. So if this contract only commenced in 2024, it wouldn't matter whether the certificate is in the system or not. It is in a queue. Unfortunately, that is the reality we face today. Government is working as hard as possible to make sure we raise enough funds to pay contractors for works done so that they can complete the work and recover their investment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Minister, I appreciate the response. It's the response that the IPCs are in the queue, discouraging me from asking other questions. Just to ask you, in your anticipation then, when do you expect these roads to be completed? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the projects are supposed to be completed within the contracted period. Yes, so whenever it's completed, the certificates are raised. I agree that when previous certificates are not honored, it is not easy for many contractors to continue working. But the contract, as of now, is within the contractual period, so it's not out of the stipulated time. So I wouldn't say that the contractor has breached any rules yet, because it's still within the contract period. Though I must say that maybe the progress of work may not be as much as it should be. Maybe it could be better if the contractor was paid. So we are still holding the contractor to finish within the contracted period.
Thank you very much. Honourable members. Very well.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Minister, I thank you for the responses. But as you know, we receive specific questions in the constituencies. I mean, where we are MPs. And I'll be grateful if you could be a bit specific here. If you say the IPCs are in the queue, then what sort of anticipation should we expect here? When could it get to their turn? I mean, these contractors on the roads, I mean, mentioned. When is it likely that it will get to their turn at all? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we currently owe GOG component to contractors in excess of 21 billion and road fund component of another 7 billion. The government is in the process of paying part of that as part of the 4 billion the finance minister agreed. As I said, the contracted period is between 2024 and 2026. We shall continue to work towards paying the contractors who have raised IPCs. Unfortunately, I'm unable to give you a specific date by which any contractor would be paid. But as much as we raise enough resources, we continue to pay contractors, including this month and the months ahead.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, let's turn to question 276. Question 276. And the question stands in the name of Honourable Richard Kuili, member for Nandom. Honourable, you have the floor, but before then, Honourable Michael Berfi would like me to announce to his students that he's here. And Honourable Kofi Amankwamenu also wants me to announce that he's also here. Yes, Honourable Member, let's hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the contractor will return to site to complete the construction of the Kamba bridge, which was abandoned in October 2004.
Respectfully, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the construction of the Kamba bridge was awarded under the contract title Construction and Installation of 36.6 meter Mabe Bridge with one number walkway for the construction of a bridge structure, including the approach roads. The project commenced on the 16th of April 2024 for completion by 31st of July 2024. The bridge was completed and launched in October 2024. However, the backfilling of the bridge and the construction of the approach roads were awarded as variation to the existing contract titled Upgrading of Hian Issa to Wahabu Road, 9 kilometers, and then from kilometer 9 to 19, and then from there to 62. And Insa town roads. The contractor has suspended works due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get a contractor back to site to complete the outstanding works, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Quilly, any supplementary question?
Mr. Speaker, it looks like there's a mix-up somewhere. Issa roads and township roads are not part of the Kamba bridge. So maybe the minister can explain. I think there's a mix-up somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there's no mix-up. The answer I read says that the approaches are part of a variation on another project, which is a normal practice. So there's no confusion at all. The approaches are supposed to be done as part of a variation on another project. So that's normal practice, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Yes, Honorable, any further questions?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to know when the backfilling will be completed. Thank you.
Yes, Minister, when will the backfilling be completed?
Mr. Speaker, we shall continue to work with the contractors to encourage them to return to site and complete the works as scoped in the contract. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, let me give you a last lot.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't have any further questions, and I thank the Minister for his answers.
Very well. Thank you. So we turn to question 287. 287. And the question stands in the name of a member for Suom, Honorable Frank Esiedubekwe. Honorable, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. And I also join hands with my colleagues to congratulate the Minister for his hard work. I would like to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the following roads in the Suom constituency would be completed. Amenshia, Akrabo, Kukuya, and Mangwasi Road, Akrabo, Nankesi Road, Suom to Ateibu Road, Ali Teteka Suom to Dokrochoa in the Ayensuano constituency, Krobom to Kokotiesia, Esase to Apono, and Supresu to Obo Etumpan. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Mangwasi Kukwa Akorobwa Amanshia Road was awarded under the contract titled Upgrading of Mangwasi Kukwa Akorabwa Manshia 17.6 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 30th of September 2020 for completion by 5th of July 2022. The overall progress of works is estimated at 66% currently. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to get a contractor back on site to complete the rest of the works, Mr. Speaker. The Akorabwa Nankase Road was awarded under the contract titled Upgrading of Akorabo Nankase Road 10 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 30th of September 2024, completion by 11th of July 2022. The overall progress of work is currently 37%. The contractor is currently not on site, Mr. Speaker, due to delay in payment for works done and certified. The third one, Suom Atebu Road, was awarded under the contract titled Upgrading of Suom Atebu 17.2 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 22nd of October 2019 for completion by 14th of April 2021. The overall progress of works is estimated at 7% physical completion. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. Efforts have been made to get the contractor back to site or the work is terminated. Future program. Engineering design studies have... Mr. Speaker, the contract has actually been terminated on this particular project. Future program. The engineering design studies have been carried out on the 17.2 kilometers of road for consideration in the 2026 budget upon availability of funds. Ali Tetekuso Dokrochiwa Road, Mr. Speaker. The Ali Tetekasu Dokochiwa Road was awarded under the contract titled Upgrading of Ali Tetekasu Dokochiwa Road. The contract was awarded on 30th of September 2020 for completion on the 12th of April 2022. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. The contract has therefore been terminated. Future program. Engineering design studies have been carried out and on 8.6 kilometers of the road and for consideration in the 2026 budget when funds become available. Mr. Speaker, the Krobum Koko Tiasu Road was awarded under the contract titled Rehabilitation of Krobum Koko Tiasu Road, 12.9 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 10th of September 2020 for completion by 10th of January 2022. The overall progress is 34%. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. The efforts have been made to get a contractor back on site to complete outstanding works. Then, Mr. Speaker, Esase Apo Nuapo No Road. Mr. Speaker, this road was awarded under a contract titled Rehabilitation of Asase Apono Apono, 10 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 10th of September 2020 for completion by 10th of January 2022. The overall progress of work is estimated at 23%. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. Efforts have been made to get the contractor back on site to complete the outstanding works. Mr. Speaker, the last one, which is the Supreso Obo Tumpan Road, was awarded under a contract titled Upgrading of Supreso Obo Tumpan Road, 8.8 kilometers. Contract awarded on the 30th of September 2020 for completion by 11th of July 2022. The overall progress of works is estimated at 46%. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. Efforts are being made to get the contractor back on site to complete outstanding works.
Yes. Honorable Queen, any further questions?
I think I have to spend time in his office to take him through the pronunciations of my communities. From your response, about two contracts have been terminated. The Ali Titekasum Dokrochiwa Road and Suom Atebu Road. Can the minister assure the illustrious sons and daughters of Suom how soon would these terminated contracts be re-awarded? Because communities that live on the Ali Titekasum Dokrochiwa Road, when it rains nobody comes to Suom and nobody can also leave Suom for these communities. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, in the answer, I've already given the indication that engineering studies and designs have already been done, awaiting consideration within the 2026 budget cycle.
Very well. Honorable members, we turn to Honorable. I wouldn't pass on the supplementary question. Come again. Yes, I'm saying I wouldn't pass on this constituency specific. Bear with me. The questions are many. Anyway, let me get, once the constituency is connected, fine.
So, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to know because the Super Issue Obotumpan Road is connected to a place called Nyamikrom, and those contracts were terminated together. I just want to know whether ours too will be re-awarded because he only answered for the Super Issue Obotumpan, but it's connected. So I just wanted to know whether when that one is also going to be re-awarded. That's all. Nyamikrom, it is St. James Nyamikrom Super Issue Obotumpan. That's the road at 10.6 kilometers.
Yes, Minister, if you are minded.
Mr. Speaker, my answers were limited to the questions within the colleague who asked the questions constituency. I agree that no constituency is an island on its own. It links with others. Once we terminate contracts, the process that kicks in immediately is to do a reassessment of outstanding works and repackage them, awaiting re-award, and all those will be considered in the 2026 budget window.
We turn to question 288. And the question stands in the name of a member for Cisali West. Honorable Mohammed Adams Supalo.
Mr. Speaker, I have the authorization from the honorable member, and I want to seek your leave to ask questions on his behalf.
So you are coming under which order?
Order 88.3.
Very well, thank you. So, Honorable, you may ask the question. I want members to be up with the standing orders. That's why I asked. Thank you so much.
Well,
so you may go on to ask the question.
Well, it is, Speaker. Arise to ask the Minister for roads. When the status of the road construction from Bao through Zini to Han. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Bao Zini to Han Road forms part of regional route R184. It is located in Cisali West district of the Upper West region. It is a gravel road in a poor surface condition. Current program. There is no upgrading or rehabilitation program on this trunk road. However, the road is part of the 2025-2026 routine maintenance works. Future engineering studies and cost estimate will be carried out on the road for consideration in the 2026 budget upon availability of funds.
Yes. Honorable, do you have the mandate to ask supplementary question, if any?
No, please.
Very well.
That is okay.
Very well.
The next.
Then I presume you will take question 289 as well.
Exactly.
Very well. Let's hear you.
Also to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the status of the road construction from Golu to Jefferson. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Golu to Jefferson feeder road was awarded under the contract titled Bituminous Surfacing of Golu to Jeffessy, 25 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 8th of October 2014 for completion by 17th of November 2016. The overall progress of work is estimated to be 21.3% physical completion. The contractor is currently not on site and works have stalled. The contract has since been terminated. Future program. The engineering design studies have been carried out on the entire 25 kilometers of road for consideration in the 2026 budget upon availability of funds, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, did you say the contract was awarded in 2014?
Mr. Speaker, it was awarded in 2014 for completion in 2016. However, as of now, only 21.3% of the works have been carried out. So it's been duly terminated, awaiting a new award.
So Golu is the hometown of the late President Hillary Man.
Golu, yes, I think so.
Please, let's do something about it. So we turn to question 290. Question 290. And the same Honorable Mohammed Adam Suparu. Yes, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the status of the construction of the Golu town roads.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Golu is the district capital of Cisali West district in the Upper West region and shares boundary with Tumu and neighboring Burkina Faso. The town roads are engineered gravel roads in poor surface condition. Current program, there is no program on this road currently. Engineering design studies have been carried out on the internal roads for consideration in the 2026 budget upon availability of funds.
Thank you very much.
Right Honorable Speaker, no supplementary questions, but only to thank the Minister for the responses given. And we believe in the shortest possible time, we will secure funds and then get these roads completed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. So we turn to question 291. Question 291, and the question stands in the name of a member for Odotobri, Honorable Anthony Emeye.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways.
Honorable members, we have so many discussions going on. Please. Yes.
I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the timelines for the completion of the rehabilitation and dualization of the Accra-Kumasi Highway, particularly between the stretch of Anko and Nkoko.
Very well, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, current program. The rehabilitation and dualization of the Accra-Kumasi road between Ofankor and Nkoko and beyond consists of 10 major contracts as follows. Rehabilitation of Ofankor and Suom Road, dualization, 33.4 kilometers. Rehabilitation of Nkoko bypass, Apejua section, 79.45 kilometers, that's lot 2. Dualization of Accra-Kumasi Road, Apejua to Ejisu section, 106 kilometers. Construction of Osino bypass, 11.6 kilometers, southbound. Carriageway dualization of Accra-Kumasi Road, Apejua Ejisu section, 106 kilometers. Construction of Osino bypass, 11.6 kilometers, lot 2. Osino northbound carriage. Dualization of Accra-Kumasi Road, Apejua Ejisu section, 106 kilometers. Construction of and supervision of Enyinem bypass, 7.8 kilometers. That's lot 3. Enyinem southbound carriageway. Dualization of Accra-Kumasi Road, Apejua Ejisu section, the same 106 kilometers. The actual work is the construction and supervision of bypass, 6.1 kilometers. Number 7, the same road, Apejua Ejisu section, but the actual project is 9.1 kilometers of Enyiresi bypass. Number 8, the same road, 106, but the actual work is the construction and supervision of Enyiresi bypass, 9.1 kilometers. Number 9, the same Apejua Ejisu section, actual project is supervision, construction and supervision of Konongo bypass, 13.6 kilometers, lot 7. Konongo northbound carriageway. And then number 10, the same road, the construction and supervision of Konongo bypass, 13.6 kilometers, that is lot 8, Konongo northbound. The various projects constituting the Accra-Kumasi link from Ofankor to Nkoko and beyond are ongoing, and the works are progressing in many of the lots. But frankly speaking, Mr. Speaker, some of the contractors are not on site.
Well. Yes, Honorable Anthony Mayer.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful. I have a follow-up question. Mr. Minister, what measures are being taken to mitigate the impact of flooding, heavy traffic, and pollution regarding that stretch in particular? Sometimes you ply that stretch, and for 2 hours you are in traffic. It gets so flooded to the extent that only big trucks are able to ply a section of the route, and that is the backdrop against which this question is being asked.
Who said that? Honorable Minister, come and respond to the question.
Mr. Speaker, these bypasses are very critical roads on the Accra-Kumasi highway. I had an opportunity to comment on the situation on those contracts not too long ago, when I said that at the time of contracting, the total value of this project was 1.9 billion Ghana cedi. And within the shortest possible time, a variation of 1.7 billion was reached, almost 100%. Mr. Speaker, that called for a bit of introspection as to how we got things so wrong in terms of how come we were able to award a project and then we have to double the cost within the shortest possible time. Mr. Speaker, we are still going through that process. And don't forget that what was budgeted for was 1.9 billion. We now need to look for the other 1.7 billion to be able to provide to complete the project. So it's unfortunate that we couldn't complete it, but the problem was the conception and of the whole project. But it's a bypass. The main Accra-Kumasi highway is still there. Yes, I know we need to, it's long overdue, we need to improve the Accra-Kumasi highway because it's without a doubt the most important highway leading from the capital to the second most important city. So, Mr. Speaker, we are working on it, but it's a very challenging situation, finding almost the same amount of money to top up to complete the project. I must say that some of the contractors, at least one of the contractors, has actually fully completed. Unfortunately, the location of the completed one is in the wilderness. It's not connected back to the main road, so it cannot be used. That is how difficult the situation is.
Thank you. So, Honorable Minister, how do you relate the dualization of Accra-Kumasi Road to the recently announced by the president that he's going to do 3-lane, 6-lane to Kumasi and back. I don't know how you can relate that one to.
Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't fault you for trying to participate. After all, you are a member of parliament. What the president has promised is a completely new thing. We are not intending to improve the existing carriageway. We are building a brand new road in Greenfield. And Mr. Speaker, I will be seeking approval for the consultancy to carry out the feasibility, design, and costing of that by the end of the week. And so, you just wait for the finance minister to give you more. You'll be amazed at what you'll be saying. It's just a teaser for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I think all the MPs in the northern sector, you are all interested in this. So I'll give Honorable Yindam. Let me hear you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister that is it possible that under the road engineering, such a variation can occur? Because you said the variation is almost 100%. So I'm just trying to find out from you that is it possible that such a thing can happen? That's just my question.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, variations are nothing new on projects of that scale. It is the size of the variation that is worrying. If the variations, indeed, our laws allow for up to 10-15% variation on projects. But when the variation is 100%, what it means is that something fundamentally went wrong in putting the project together. And it's a lesson for all of us because, as I said, that road project is still very critical and we need to complete it. So no one is saying that anybody did anything wrong, but it is not very usual that you start a project and then get 100% variation.
I'll come to you, Chairman. Let me deal with Professor Kinsenyako.
Mr. Speaker, thanks for the opportunity to ask a follow-up question. Mr. Speaker, looking at the importance of that stretch, I'd like to find out from my respected friend, the Honorable Minister, if he has had discussions with the Minister for Finance to prioritize this stretch for completion. And if he has not done that, will he be kind enough to engage him on this? So that if possible, there could be some space within the media budget that is going to be presented to us tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, President Mahama has already directed that all those major projects that are stalled now be taken on. So as I speak to you, the Ofankor project, which are stalled, will now be part of a new package so that we can continue the Kaswa Road and everything. As I said, the difficulty about the bypasses on the Accra-Kumasi highway is simply because the size of the variation calls for much more detailed work. Ofankor and Nsawam ones are straightforward, so we just repackage them for continuation. These ones have got fundamental problems that needed to be dealt with. So we are already taking on or prioritizing stalled projects for continuation. This is an outlier and needed to be treated differently.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chairman for Rules, Ranking for Rules Committee.
Yes.
I said ranking.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, listening to the minister, he made mention of variation of the Accra-Kumasi project cost, which is almost about 100%. I want to find out from the minister, what is the ministry doing, their plans in minimizing design and build projects which mostly saddle the country into such heavy variation that sometimes become difficult for the country to even pay. I want to find out if they have any plans in minimizing it.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague has been the chairman and is now ranking. He's very familiar. I'm sure his question is well calculated to elicit the answer he's already got in his head, which is to say that we need to be disciplined in terms of the way we contract and manage projects. Mr. Speaker, as a rule, and the discipline currently at the ministry, I do not approve any variation at all. If it becomes a certain value, I will tell you to go and repackage it as a new project. So when you start a project, when the variation goes beyond a certain level, we don't tolerate it as a variation. I agree design and build is a challenge, though there's a place for design and build in contracting. But I keep saying, if you tell somebody to go and decide to set his own question and provide an answer, I wonder how many people will fail in providing the answer. Design and build basically gives the opportunity to the contractor to go and do his own studies, put cost to it, and present an amount to you. Of course, you have the ability to scrutinize what he's presenting to you. But he has got the data. The data he's giving you is what you're going to use. So as a result, we have decided that we are minimizing design and build as much as possible. You will notice when the big push project starts that almost all of them would be designs or studies done by the ministry itself, and maybe only a handful will be design and build simply because the expertise and the time required to carry out those designs would delay the project. Those are the only ones. And indeed, that is what the law allows us to do. When it becomes difficult or time would not permit us. But when we have time to do things, it doesn't add up to make a feeder road project design and build. An ordinary road going between two district capitals, design and build. What is the complexity about that we have to contract and pay somebody for the design? Because design and build basically means that sometimes 10%, 20% extra cost for design. Mr. Speaker, it's a way of cutting down cost of road projects, and we hope that it becomes a culture we all learn to minimize cost.
Thank you very much. I'll take the last one from.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the question put to the minister was on timelines. If I may refer, we wanted to find out the timelines for the completion of the rehabilitation. But in the minister's answer, I did not hear the timeline. So if the minister could let us know the timelines.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My response was that because this is particularly an outlier in terms of, in the scheme of variations, we are still looking at the reasons we've arrived at that and actually prepare a new budget because we need to double the budget for that. So as soon as that process is completed, the contractors may move back to site. Mr. Speaker, you'll be surprised that the monies made available in the budget for some of these has been exhausted. Some contractors actually have drawn down almost 90-95% of what was allocated to them because they've carried out work up to that. However, what they've drawn down ends up being only half of what the project is currently valued at. So we need to make a new allowance to make for the shortfall in budget.
Return to question.
Speaker, forgive me. From the other paper, there have been some provided answers the minister has given, and there are some timelines, page 25. I want to ask if the timelines provided here are something we should go by, or for the purposes of answer, because I believe the road minister have been reading from the various answers, and I want to know if the timelines that have been provided. Example number 2, rehabilitation of Nkoko bypass, Apeja section, 79.45 kilometers lot. You will see that the date of commence is there, and the date of completion is 26 February 2027. It follows like that, the dualization of Accra Road, Ejuso, and all that. I want to find out if these dates are true or correct by the minister.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the honorable member is right. The reference to those numbers simply means that Highways has agreed with the contractors for an extension of time up to that point, hoping that all the issues I've raised will be dealt with and the additional funding will be arranged to complete. So this is a hypothetical completion date because, as a matter of fact, almost none of the contractors is actively working on site. So even this date, if we find the money tomorrow, maybe we could even finish them ahead of schedule. And if we don't find them, it could go beyond the dates in the document.
Honorable Richard Cooley Nandom, I'm coming back to you on question 292.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways the steps being taken to commence the construction of the Nandom Co-Dongwene Road. Thank you.
Yes, Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there is no upgrading or rehabilitation program on this trunk road. However, the road is part of the 2025-2026 routine maintenance works. Engineering design studies will be carried out on the road for consideration under the 2026 budget upon availability of funds.
Richard.
Honorable Speaker, I like the answer he has given, and it has given me hope that in 2026, this road will find space in the budget. And I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You take the last question from a member for Tatali Sanguli, Honorable William Intebe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways to give me the update on the following feeder roads in the Tatali Sanguli district. Shene Bajaba, Zabzugu Shene, and Shene Koryele. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Sheni Pajaba Road was awarded under a contract titled Rehabilitation of Zabzugu Koyili Feeder Road, 7 kilometers, and Sangba Banagando Feeder Road, 3 kilometers, and then the third one, 4.5 kilometers, all together to 23.5 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 7th of August 2024 for completion by 29th of January 2026. The overall progress of work is estimated at 13%. The contractor is currently on site and works are progressing. 2. Zabzugu to Sheni. This road was awarded under a contract titled Rehabilitation of Zabzugu Sheni Feeder Road. Contract awarded on the 7th of August 2024 for completion on 29th of January 2026. Contractor is on site and works progressing. The Zabzugu Koyili, this was awarded under a contract titled Rehabilitation of the road as titled above, 23.5 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 7th of August 2024 for completion on the 29th of January 2026. The overall progress of work is 13%. The contractor is currently on site and works progressing, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. William Intebe, any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. And Zabizuku Koyele, the bridge has been constructed for 1 year now, and it has not been gravel, so the truck cannot go to the community. I want to know from the minister if the gravel will take place so that during this rainy season, the people can use the road for other activities. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the feedback from my colleague is very important. If I understand him, the culvert has been built, but approaches to fill up is not done. And I will take note of that and see what we can do to advise the contractor to quickly do that so that the bridge, the culvert can be put in use, especially during this rainy season.
Very well. Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways, on behalf of the House, let me extend our gratitude to you for coming to answer about 10 questions from your own colleagues. We are grateful to you and you are hereby discharged. Let me now invite the Minister for Foreign Affairs to take the appropriate seat. Honourable members, we are now going to take the urgent questions, and we have two. The first one stands in the name of a member for Pru East, Honourable Emmanuel Kwakubwa. Yes, Honourable, the Minister is here for your urgent question.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs what urgent actions the ministry has taken to ensure safe rescue and repatriation of Ghanaian youths who have been scammed and trafficked to Côte d'Ivoire and other neighboring countries by KillNet's squad. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
I'm grateful to Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in recent years, a significant number of vulnerable Ghanaians, particularly the youth, have fallen victim to the increasing activities of cross-border fraudulent syndicates operating in some African countries, including Côte d'Ivoire, under the banner of QuestNet International, popularly known as QNet. The syndicates taking advantage of Ghanaian nationals mostly comprise fellow Ghanaians who lure unsuspecting compatriots to supposed transit countries in West Africa. These countries include Côte d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, and others, under the pretext of facilitating their further travel to France or other destinations in Europe or elsewhere for paid jobs. The traffickers entice the victims to travel to the supposed transit countries for the processing of their visas, as the procedure takes longer to complete in Ghana. However, the supposed transit country, in the case of Côte d'Ivoire, eventually becomes the final destination of the victims, where they are held captive in isolated locations and forced to lure their relatives and close friends as new victims into the criminal network. The following key points may be noted. According to the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan, the clandestine nature of the operations of the scammers and the silent arrival of victims in Côte d'Ivoire makes it challenging to determine the exact number of Ghanaians being held hostage in Abidjan and other Ivorian cities and towns. However, the mission estimates that there are over 500 Ghanaians between 20 and 40 years of age who are currently held in secluded locations across Côte d'Ivoire. Efforts are being made to bring them back home. Our mission in Nigeria, Mr. Speaker, has recently rescued and repatriated a total of 202 Ghanaians, 78 through the Abuja mission and 124 through the Lagos mission. The initial monetary commitments were paid to Ghana-registered mobile money numbers, which are charged frequently. Victims used to pay between 18,000 and 35,000 Ghana cedis for the intended travel. However, recent schemes which advertise jobs in countries such as Canada, France, Belgium, and others require victims to pay between 30,000 Ghana cedis and 40,000 Ghana cedis. The scammers demand payment of half the amount to Ivorian numbers, after which they are requested to travel to Côte d'Ivoire to continue the process and pay the remainder of the visa processing fees. The majority of leaders of the QNet groups in Côte d'Ivoire are Ghanaian nationals. So, Mr. Speaker, our analysis so far indicate that communities in Côte d'Ivoire identified as QNet hotspots include the following: Bonduku, Abenguru, and Agnebelukru. In the eastern part, I hope I have done my best. These are difficult names. Largely located in the eastern part of the country. On the southern part, Mr. Speaker, communities in Dabu, Jackerville, Songon, and in Jem are also being monitored closely, where we suspect that a considerable number of our youth are being kept. We are also, Mr. Speaker, keeping an eye on Kumasi, Yupugon, Ajami, and Bingaville, all in the Abidjan district, Yamoussoukro and Dimpogro in the central part of the country, and Isia, Daloa, Gagnoa, and Man in the western part of Côte d'Ivoire are the trouble hotspots our mission in Abidjan has identified so far. The actions we have taken, Mr. Speaker, so far include collaborating with relevant Ghanaian and Ivorian authorities, not leaving out Interpol and the ministries of foreign affairs in the affected countries, in the case of Côte d'Ivoire and in the case of Nigeria. We continue to take measures to address this challenge with the objective of raising public awareness, bringing the traffickers to justice, and facilitating the return of the victims to Ghana. Rescue and repatriation of victims and prosecution of traffickers. Reports on the victims of QNet scheme are usually received from their relatives or friends. Complaints may be made to the ministry, the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan, or security authorities in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, including the police and custom officials. Upon receipt of a request for assistance, the ministry communicates the information, including possible location of the victims and contact details, to the embassy to liaise with Ivorian authorities and the Ghanaian community to investigate the case and provide the victims necessary consular assistance. In some cases, the information is shared with Interpol Ghana to assist. To understand the operations of QNet groups and adopt appropriate countermeasures, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan is collaborating with security agencies in Côte d'Ivoire to investigate the activities of the groups, rescue the victims, and repatriate them. Investigations have revealed that the majority of the leaders of the QNet groups in Côte d'Ivoire are unfortunately Ghanaian nationals, mainly former victims of the scheme who are indoctrinated, coerced, and trained to become leaders of new groups, some with the hope of recouping the money they lost. Together, the aforementioned institutions have conducted targeted joint operations over the years to rescue victims and repatriate them to Ghana. From 2021 to date, they have altogether rescued a total number of 230 victims. Available statistics indicate that over 30 victims were rescued and repatriated between January and March 2025, in some cases with the help of Interpol. In situations where leaders of the syndicates are identified, they are detained and tried by authorities in Côte d'Ivoire. In most cases, the cost of repatriation has been borne by the families of the victims, the leadership of the Ghanaian community in Côte d'Ivoire, as well as staff of the mission. The embassy is collaborating with both Ghanaian and Ivorian transport operators plying the Ghana-Côte d'Ivoire route to assist in identifying and intercepting victims traveling to Côte d'Ivoire. The embassy also liaises with Ghanaian and Ivorian border agents to identify victims seeking to enter Côte d'Ivoire and prevent them from reaching their scammers. In addition to the rescue and repatriation exercises, Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan has enhanced cooperation with the leadership of the Ghanaian communities in Côte d'Ivoire to create awareness in the various communities and among family members in Ghana with the objective of preventing further trafficking. Since 2023, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has intensified its engagement with relevant ministries, departments, and agencies, including the Ministries of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the Interior, Labor, Jobs and Employment, the Ghana Immigration Service, the Ghana Police Service, the National Security, and Interpol, among others, to identify ways of addressing this menace. Key among the measures being taken is the implementation of a nationwide sensitization program on regular migration and human trafficking, which is scheduled to commence by the end of September 2025. The sensitization program will target the youth and other vulnerable groups and communities. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has held 2 stakeholder meetings on the campaign in June 2025 and is arranging the 3rd meeting to be held in the last week of this month to further discuss the modalities of the sensitization. In addition, government is negotiating labor agreements with other countries to provide credible employment opportunities abroad for interested Ghanaians and thereby reduce the vulnerabilities that lure the youth through these trafficking schemes. A committee comprising some of the aforementioned institutions has met 4 times already since January and June 2025 on some of the draft agreements between Ghana and countries such as Kuwait, Italy, Germany, Qatar, among others. In spite of the aforementioned efforts, Mr. Speaker, resource constraints and the proliferation of social media platforms, which enhance the ease with which scammers are able to reach vulnerable persons, make the challenge increasingly daunting. Besides, these fraudsters are continuously diversifying their operations to avoid detection of their fraud and to circumvent the countermeasures being implemented by governments across the West African region. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will therefore encourage all Ghanaians to acquaint themselves with the evolving modus operandi of those QNet scammers and assist in creating awareness in their families and communities. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is appreciative of the collaboration it has had with other MDAs in Ghana and authorities in Côte d'Ivoire in taking joint action towards tackling this menace, which is causing significant financial strain and emotional stress on affected Ghanaians and their families. The Ministry will continue to take necessary measures to ensure the public is well informed on this fraudulent scheme and ways to avoid becoming victims. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes. No, let me give it to the owner of the question first. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I really appreciate the elaborative response by the Minister. But, Minister, it will interest you to know, in my constituency, I have about 30 young men and women who are falling victim to this. As you said in your response, mostly this scheme, the report comes from the family, because when the young men and women fall victims to this, they do not have access for you to even get in touch with the families or any other person. Since we've identified some of the areas within Côte d'Ivoire where most of these issues happen, would you consider another extensive collaboration with them and see how we can raid those areas, targeted areas, so we can get victims out of these? As I speak to you, a teacher who is gainfully employed had to be lured to sell his house and then gather money from family members. And as I speak to you, he is part of these people who cannot be found. The issue is we don't even know whether some of these people are alive or they are dead. So it is an urgent call on us as a country to make sure we get this. So, Minister, I still want to know how we can get these things done and see whether we can get our people back in the country. Thank you.
Minister, did you hear the question? Okay, that's fine.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since colleagues want to know the gravamen of the question, I was listening carefully. He is asking if we intend to further collaborate with the security authorities in Côte d'Ivoire to rescue Ghanaians who remain missing. He talks about a teacher in his constituency who is amongst the victims. Let me use this opportunity, and I'll urge colleagues in this House to all join hands with us at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to educate our citizenry. I mean, why sell your house, sell other properties, go for loans to give money to these scammers, only to end up not only being defrauded, but you are now having to face a situation of kidnapping where your family, your member of parliament, your chiefs, nobody knows where you are and you cannot be located. And it imposes a lot of stress, financial burden on the ministry, on our missions abroad in carrying out these operations to locate you. We want to urge Ghanaians to avoid irregular migration. All of these schemes, if you want to travel, please deal with embassies directly. Either you are going online or you are proceeding to the embassy following the processes that they have outlined, depending on the country in issue. So, Mr. Speaker, we really have to intensify public education and public awareness. I would also specially want to appeal to the NCC, the National Commission on Civic Education, to assist us to educate our compatriots to stay away from these schemes. Nobody can help you travel abroad if the person is not a recognized embassy official working in a consular department that issues visas. So deal directly with the embassies and high commissions. Do not go through middlemen. But let me assure the dynamic member of parliament that we continue to work with our counterparts in Côte d'Ivoire. If you have any more information, particularly on identity, let us have those details, and we will share them with our counterparts. And we continue to really rescue. As I indicated, so far we have rescued over 400 Ghanaians who had been kidnapped, and we will continue to intensify efforts to get our compatriots back. But let's all join hands in public education so that our young people will not fall victim to these schemes. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Speaker, thank you very much. I must thank my senior comrade and minister for having to give these responses. I will gather this list, the names, and then share with the ministry so we can see how we bring finality to some of these issues. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Let me go to Kwabre East.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to find out from the minister. There's been recently in my constituency people who are from Gambia who've also been scammed under the pretext in something that is in the make of this QNet. They came in 2 batches, they are about 43, came in 2 batches, and they were also brought here under the pretext of being given jobs. I realized that when we decided to take action and involve immigration, they all voted. So I'd like to know, Mr. Minister, what other plans are you making so that people who have also from other countries who've been scammed into Ghana, we also find a way around this and make sure the perpetrators are also apprehended. And once they are also here, what alternatives are there for them to get them back or to help them settle in? Thank you.
Well, I thought you were advising. Oh, it's a question. Minister, did you get it as a question? Okay, that's fine.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I listened attentively to my honorable colleague, and he wants us to know what measures we are putting in place to deal with the reverse situation. Those who are scamming others, particularly in the West African region, and are transiting through Ghana. We are conscious of that development. It's a two-way affair. These QNet and other scammers are not only sending Ghanaians to neighboring countries, but the reverse is also true, and I can confirm that. We are working, as I said, in a collaborative effort. So we have Interpol, we have within Ghana, the Immigration Service, National Security, we have a standing committee that is meeting regularly. As I indicated, this year we have held 4 meetings already, and we are really assessing the situation. If care is not taken, this can even degenerate, where they can be recruited into joining terrorist organizations and all of that when they get desperate, because these are people who have been stripped of all their earnings, all their resources, and they are desperate. And so it's a matter that we are paying serious attention to, and I can confirm to you that as a member of the National Security Council, this is a matter that we have discussed quite seriously. And I will only appeal that when some of these cases are detected in your constituencies, if you can swiftly bring them to our attention so that we will involve the authorities. I see that in your case, I think that you tried with your constituents to round them up and then you failed, which allowed them to escape. But if we had quickly shared the information and brought in the professionals, national security, the immigration, or the Ghana Armed Forces, I'm sure they could have rounded them up more easily, and that will have helped us to really unravel the network and see who the ringleaders are. Because so far, unfortunately, we have not been able to arrest the masterminds, those who are spearheading this. We are able to identify where they are being kept, and then we go in and rescue them. But we will be very, very delighted to get the masterminds, those who are the sponsors and who are the real architects of this fraudulent scheme. So let's share intelligence and then let's bring in the professionals. I think that will produce the results that we all demand. But I want to commend you for being proactive and helping to bring this matter to the fore. I believe that as we continue to work together and share information, we can get to the bottom of this. But public education, let's get our young people to stay away from these schemes. Let's educate them on how to migrate. The only way is through regular channels. Go to the embassies, go to the high commissions. It doesn't matter how many times you are refused a visa. There is no sanction for multiple refusals. And also, let's believe in our country. Let's believe that we can make it here. If you own a house, if you have 80,000 cedis, 100,000 cedis, 150,000 cedis, that is good money you can use to start a business. Why do you want to give it to a scammer who will kidnap you in another country? So we really should educate our young people and change their mindset that they can make it here. Foreigners come here with far less and are able in no time, to become, owners of conglomerates, big companies, and they are employing other people. So let's help in that public education. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable members, let me plead with you. The noise in the chamber is just too much. It's just too much. We have brought our own brother to come and respond to pertinent issues within the country. He's speaking and we are making noise. We don't hear anything. Please. Yes, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Pro East and Pro West are neighbor constituencies. And what affects Pro East, to a large extent, affects Pro West. As we speak, Mr. Speaker, I have a number of youths who are trapped in there. And some of them, as he indicated, have to sell their cars, containers, and other things to get there. Some of them are sick there. The information we are getting is too appalling. I want to ask the minister, can he consider establishing an office desk where he can receive complaints from the affected victims' relatives? And I want to also ask the minister if he will consider extending reintegration measures to those who have been rescued successfully and repatriated. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I commend the Honourable Member for the question and his very useful recommendations. safe to assure the honorable member that all the recommendations he has made are existing. Let me use this opportunity to confirm that at the ministry we have a department that specializes in these matters. We call the department COHAB, the Consular and Humanitarian Affairs Bureau. And Ghanaians are free to walk to the ministry at any time. I'll put out the contact numbers, the emails. We have a very active public affairs bureau as well, which interfaces with the general public. But please know that we have officials, well-trained, experts in these matters who are well-honed in their skills in helping to detect these matters. And you are free and welcome at any time. If you're a parent, a guardian, a friend who has information, please contact either our Information and Public Affairs Bureau or the Consular and Humanitarian Affairs Bureau, and we will act promptly. On the matter of integration support, I can confirm to you that all of these people we rescue, we do not only bring them home without any integration mechanism. We offer them counseling. The recent group we brought in from Nigeria, we offered them counseling services. We supported them to make sure that they are in the right psychological frame, because these are people who are traumatized. Some of them are assaulted, starved, and all of that. And we cannot just watch and leave them in that state. So we are doing a lot of reintegration. We are working with our partners, the IOM and the NADMO, and when they come, we attend to them psychological and also some stipends. That is why, Mr. Speaker, we continue to urge this House to support our efforts to establish the Consular Fund so that there will be funding available at all times to assist us in these efforts. But, Mr. Speaker, finally, I want to pay glowing tribute to our Foreign Service officials across the continent in particular. A lot of them use their own resources. They make contributions when they run out of budget because of the numbers involved to support the rescue effort, to help our compatriots get some food, hotel accommodation, and all of that before they arrive in Ghana. And I really want to doff my hat and celebrate our Foreign Service officials for the incredible sacrifices and patriotism that they continue to demonstrate across our missions in helping us to rescue our fellow compatriots. I think they are the unsung heroes in this matter, and we have not celebrated them enough. So, Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Yes. Let me call our brother who used to work at the Foreign Affairs, Honorable Oredu.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the Honorable Foreign Minister what measures he's put in place to ensure that these officers that he spoke about are reimbursed for the cost of repatriation. Honorable Minister, you know that these officers complain about their remuneration, their allowances, and whatnot. So if you've paid this glowing tribute to them, I thought that being your responsibility as a minister and as a ministry to ensure that the missions do have enough resources to cater for these repatriation costs, you will do the needful by at least letting us know the plans you've put in place to reimburse them for these efforts. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Well, I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me commend Ambassador Oredu for his question. And as I did say, the Foreign Service officials are doing a great job in contributing, helping our efforts to repatriate and bring our victims back home to safety and removing them away from harm's way. Having said that, the ministry reimburses. We have a policy to reimburse when it is formally requested. But as you know, Ambassador Oredu, the compassion and the love that a lot of our foreign service officials have, not all of them put in formal requests for reimbursement. They do it to also show their love as Ghanaians supporting fellow Ghanaians, and that's why I've really been celebrating them and saying that they are the unsung heroes. But we do have a policy where if you request to be reimbursed, only a couple of days ago, our colleagues who assisted in a Trinidad and Tobago situation, I approved a reimbursement. So those who ask to be reimbursed are reimbursed. So the policy exists, and I can assure you that when we have the consular fund that would deal with this matter clearly, and it will not really be left to the benevolence and the compassion. But I think that is a good spirit that we need to promote. Even if we have the consular fund and there are fellow Ghanaians who want to assist, who want to help, a citizen in distress, I think that nothing stops. I'm sure that there are special blessings for this category of Ghanaians and foreign service officials, and I know they'll have a special place in heaven as well. So thank you very much for the question.
So, Honorable Samuel.
Mr. Speaker, I would like the Honorable Foreign Minister to also take note that beyond the trafficking aspect of this whole thing, it's an international visa fraud syndicate where you have these fraudsters exploiting the calendar dates as far as the U.S. consular and date services are concerned. So you have them sometimes, Mr. Minister, telling you we can get you a date in Ivory Coast, in Benin, in Togo, in Cote d'Ivoire. So some of these people out of desperation, because if you have businessmen who like to travel for business and all, and they try a date today on the US calendar portal, they get 2028, 2026. So maybe beyond that, I would like to know the steps the ministry is taking to engage the US Embassy and their consular services to find out what we can do to help address the gaps that these scammers are exploiting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I commend the Honorable Samuel Uku for his question. He has raised an important dimension, and Mr. Speaker, he's right that there are some of the victims who are lured because they could not find visa dates. If you need a visa appointment from some of these embassies, you may have to wait for 6 months to 10 months, sometimes over a year. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, a couple of months ago, we put out a note verbal to all the diplomatic missions operating in Ghana to address the matter. Only this morning,
Minister, hold on. Honorable members, please. Yes, Minister, go on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I was making the point that we have issued a note verbal to all the diplomatic missions to address that challenge. It's not only with the United States. We've received petitions from a considerable number of countries. Only this morning, when I received the open letters of the new German ambassador to Ghana, I made that point because reports are coming in from those who want visa appointments to go to Germany. So we have reiterated our demand that they need to address that bottleneck and open up the space so that those who require visa appointments can have them. It's their right. I will emphasize that the embassies reserve the right to decide who they will grant a visa. That one is their sovereign right. We are not, as a house or as a ministry of foreign affairs, going to dictate to them who they admit into their country. But as for the appointment date, they should make appointment date available, particularly at this time when students are preparing for admissions. There are a considerable number of Ghanaians who go abroad for first degree, for second degree, and this is the time. And we are receiving a lot of petitions from parents, guardians who are in distress, and we want to reiterate our calls. The ambassadors know we have written to them already, and we have been calling them already to take action. I must say that since the note verbal, we have seen improvements with some of the countries. Some of the countries are doing well, and to be fair, I would have to applaud them for responding to our demands. But there are others who will have to step up and be more responsive to Ghanaians. Linked to that is also how they treat the visa applicants, making sure that there are congenial environments where they can sit and wait to be interviewed, so that they are not just left under the vagaries of the weather, left at the mercy of the vagaries of the weather. So, Mr. Speaker, these are matters that the ministry is taking very seriously, and I'm very certain that in the next few days we shall all see an improvement, because we have received assurances from the heads of mission that they will take action as we have requested. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I'm taking two more. And yes, Honourable Member for Takrady.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this phenomenon has been growing for a very long time, and it started with a website network called the QNet. Currently, what we realize is that those who have been detained or captured are being forced to call other people to also bring them on board. So we have cells in Nigeria, cells in Cote d'Ivoire, and just recently, I think January before I left office, we had to dismantle another cell in Anaje of about 40 persons. What I want to know from the minister, what plans have they put in place? One, to dismantle the internet network of the QNet, such that they cannot use it as a stepping stone in luring more people into the business. Secondly, what steps are they going to take to trace, especially the international calls that tend, based on the reports they get from other people, to locate all these cells around Africa to disband this project in the first place?
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. I wish the Honourable Minister could cut the answers a bit shorter for us.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will follow your lead. And let me assure the Honourable Member of Parliament and the former Western Regional Minister that we really are focusing on the leaders and the masterminds who set up these cells and the network. For obvious reasons, I don't want to go into details about our modus operandi, but I just want to give you full assurances. And let me use this opportunity to urge Ghanaians, when you get a call from any of these cells, those who you can tell are kidnapped and are being lured to bring in more victims, please let us know. All we need to know is the number that called you. That's good enough. Once we get the phone number that was used to call you, it helps us a lot. I don't want to, give the details, but it will really help us to resolve the matter. So, any information you can help us with, particularly the web addresses they are using, the Momo numbers they are using, the calls you are receiving, let us know, and that will help us to unravel this mystery. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let me give the chance to Honourable Member for your constituency. Minister, is that not your constituency? Yes.
Thank you very much, the Right Honourable Speaker. Honourable Minister, you mentioned the International Migration Organization and NADMO helping in the process of reception for the victims. Anytime the IOM is part of it, NADMO doesn't encounter problems financially in the course of reintegration. But in the process whereby NADMO alone goes into it without IOM, sometimes financial issues become a problem during the reintegration. So I want to find out, the problem, financial problems of NADMO. What are you doing to support NADMO in case IOM is not part of the reception and reintegration processes? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm very grateful to you for allowing my MP to ask this question. It looks like a lot of colleagues do not know that many years ago I was made Imrantia Hine in Tepa. So I'm a very strong member of the Ashanti Kingdom, for those who do not know. So, Mr. Speaker, he's asked an important question about the IOM collaboration. He's right that the benefit we get from collaborating with IOM is that they have dedicated funding, and the reintegration package is loftier and more handsome when IOM is involved. The challenge, though, is that now IOM is also facing some cuts because of President Trump's executive orders. And so it tells us that we have to build our own resilience, and we need to support NADMO so that with or without IOM, we can take good care of our people. And we are doing that. I recall at Cabinet, we discussed support for NADMO, which you headed not too long ago. And I'm sure that in the next budget cycle, we will be improving the allocation to NADMO so that they can help us. Because we are seeing more numbers. Beyond even the QNES camp, a number of countries are doing deportations. And so as they deport people, we have to be ready to receive them, to reintegrate them, help them with startups, capital to invest and get their lives back. So I assure you that we will give NADMO all the support, even though I acknowledge that it is under the Ministry of the Interior. But this is a larger government commitment, which I can speak to. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I will now come to leadership if there's any. Yes, Honorable Jerry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I see how eloquently the Minister of Foreign Affairs is dealing with the questions. But one of the answers he gave was to do with petitions they have received. And I'm just trying to find out if he's ever received, or this has come to his notice, that as part of the petitions, he's been made aware of students' visa. Now, they get 3 months, and it's a single entry. And so if a student is going to school for about 2 years, the student is given a visa for 3 months, and it's a single entry. And what the ministry respectfully is doing about that. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Minister, are you comfortable responding to this? Very well.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Jerry Shaibu's question is one that we have to look into, because the assurances we received from the U.S. Embassy is that the 3-month single entry, which is a temporary measure for those 36 countries President Trump is looking at for various violations. In the case of Ghana, visa overstays. They say that 21% of our students who had traveled over the last 10 years have not been returning. And so they want us to take action. That's why they place us in that 36 country category. But they assured us that it is only for B1, B2 visas, which are the visas issued to tourists, those who are going on a tourism visit, holiday makers. But for students who are given the F visas, they will, if you are going on a 1-year program, you'll be given 1 year. If it's a 4-year program. And we had verified from a number of Ghanaians, and what I have seen so far is that if you make it clear you are going for a student trip, you've paid your fees, and you are expected by your university in the US, you are given a visa to cover the duration. So I'm quite surprised about this particular matter, but I don't know if it was an error, but I'm willing to work with you after today's sitting so that we can intervene, because that is not the assurance we received from the Americans. And the B1, B2, 3-month single entry is just for that category of travelers, tourist visas. It should not affect students and those going for long stay programs who need other visas, the F visas, J visas, and the likes. So, Mr. Speaker, that's my response to this. Thank you very much.
Yes, my whip.
Speaker, let me thank the Minister for the answers, detailed answers. Speaker, the Minister had mentioned NCC and had gone ahead to appeal to the NCC after having spoken or elucidated on collaborative efforts with other important and relevant ministries. Speaker, will the Minister consider a deliberate attempt by the ministry to rope in the NCC and the media so that it will not just be an appeal in person, but it will be a deliberate policy of, because, Minister, over the years, the NCC has been lamenting about budgetary provision. And so they've always lacked the wherewithal to be able to do their constitutional mandate. So I'm afraid an appeal from the dispatch box to the NCC will not be enough. And so I'm interested in knowing what you can do or your ministry can do beyond the appeal. As we can, let me conclude on this question. You have also appealed that Ghanaians should stay. They should stay clear of fraudsters. They should stay and help build our country at one breath. Then at another breath, you have also spoken about how the ministry is also formalizing the process of ensuring that the youth can travel appropriately to other jurisdictions and work. My question to the minister is, where do you draw the balance between engaging the youth to work in nation building and support, and same time maybe helping them to also travel and leave the shores of this country?
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. You have another substantive question, so I think I'll cut the answers. I'll cut it after this. Then we take another, your last question. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I commend the Minority Chief Whip for the questions. 2 important questions he has asked. The first one is support for the National Commission for Civic Education. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure that we are all aware that the NCC is an independent constitutional body, and so they are not under my ministry, but I agree that over the years, they have not been receiving the resources that they need. And I think there has to be a collective effort. All of us must really pay attention to the NCC, because if we resource the NCC, there are a lot of social vices, a lot of schemes, very nefarious, dubious schemes that people fall victim to out of genuine ignorance. They just didn't know, didn't have the information, they were not empowered, to stay clear of such schemes, and they fall victim and it becomes too late. So we need to support the National Commission for Civic Education, and I'm sure that in the next budget cycle, we can all work to improve the allocation for the NCC. And I want to assure you that they are on board. We are working closely with them, and we do have a deliberate policy to include them and the media. Perhaps we should be looking at a formal meeting with the Ghana Journalists Association so that we can have a more spirited campaign to educate our young people, and I'll take that up and do that. Finally, on the second part of your question, where we draw the balance. If the point I was making is that if you have that amount of money, 80,000 cedis, 200,000 cedis, you have a house, you've sold your house, you have cars, you are selling your cars just to travel. I mean, you could have used that money to set up a business, to invest in something here.
Thank you, Minister.
The labor mobility agreements, as I conclude, Mr. Speaker, is to take care of young people who are skilled but don't really have any means of investing, so that they can go out there under a specific contract, work, and then come back to develop our country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, all what you've answered is just for one question. He's left with another question. And I'll ask Honourable Nana Asafo-Jane Aye, a member for Bosome Freho. But nobody has put in the application. Are you putting in any application? Very well. Honourable member, you may go on with your question.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. We are rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the state of the Ghana's embassy in Togo, and the state of Ghanaians living in Togo in the midst of the recent political instabilities in Togo. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. See, Minister, people don't see you, so once you come here, everybody wants to at least go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker is very good and healthy. Except that, Mr. Speaker, I don't know if you allow me to make a preliminary comment. I'm surprised that the Honourable Asafo-Jane has a formal question on Togo. But he's already held a press conference and condemned me for not taking any action. And if you are going to be asking a question, I don't think it's fair to hold press conferences and attack the foreign minister when you know you are going to ask a question. So Mr. Speaker, I don't think that is conduct that is healthy. I remember that Speaker Okwe used to criticize that conduct. He said that if you are going to ask a minister a question, give the minister a fair hearing first. Hear him in Parliament before you go hold press conferences to condemn the minister. So that's just on a lighter note. I mean, the Speaker, I have made that point, so I would like to proceed to answer the question. Well, right, Honourable Speaker, it may be recalled that the National Assembly of Togo, by a majority vote, adopted a new constitution in March 2024, establishing the Fifth Republic and transitioning from a presidential to a parliamentary system. This represented a substantial departure from the previous constitution.
Just hold on.
Are you listening to the language, the English I'm talking? You have no more to about because.
Speaker, a while ago, the minister, having answered the questions excellently, in his attempt to answer agent question B in the name of the Honourable Asafo-Jane, he prefixed his answers with some comment that the member had held a press conference and attacked him, and that if the member knew he was going to ask this question, he shouldn't have, and that is not fair on the part of the member to have attacked or hold a press conference before coming to ask him the question on the House floor. Speaker, in this House, we are regulated by our orders and the Constitution. I want to appeal to our minister and a colleague. That part of his answer or his prefix comment to his answer should be expunged from the records. Why? Because, Speaker, there is no provision in our orders that bars the member from holding a press conference. To ask a question is one of the tools that members have at their disposal to elicit response from ministers. So to say that if you know you are going to ask me a question, you shouldn't hold a press conference, it's not tenable. It's not tenable. It's not right. We can hold a press conference tomorrow or today and ask you a question the next day. That is admissible.
Thank you. I've heard you.
Speaker, yes, you have heard me, but Speaker, some consequential directive
I've heard you, but
it's welcome here.
But he said, honorable members, he said that the former speaker made a statement to that effect, that if you are going to bring a minister here to respond to a specific question, you don't. That's what he said, and.
Speaker, I don't intend to litigate on this matter. But to the extent that the honorable minister, has not produced evidence to back his claim, we cannot accept that. We cannot. No, why? If you have something to say, get up and speak. I'm making my point. If you disagree with me, get up and make your point. Speaker, we insist. Speaker, with respect. Speaker, with respect. We on this side of the house, we insist that either the minister provides a backing to that statement, or he should stay clear and simply go ahead and answer his question. We are not taking this kindly at all.
So let him go and answer the questions. Let minister come and
he should
answer
take it out from the records. We should take it out from the record. Speaker, we should expunge that from the records, and then he can go ahead and answer his question.
That is what I'm unable to do.
Well, Speaker, why? Speaker, why?
That's what I'm
Speaker, it's within your powers. We have not offended any of the rules.
Yes.
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 So he cannot tell us when to hold press conference.
Yes. Honorable, as much as you have not offended any of the rules, I don't think he has also offended any of the rules. So let him go on. So honorable, yes. Leader.
Speaker,
we have a lot to do.
Speaker, please, we are doing politics. He's playing politics. Speaker, we have a manner of answering questions in this house, clearly captured under Order 88. You may not like the minister's answer, but he has provided an answer to the question.
It wasn't an answer.
Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please. He's saying that a part of the minister's answer be expunged. Yet he's not been able to establish that any part of the outstanding orders has been breached. And yet he's making a submission
honorable
to
member. His
Mr.
application was turned down, so I don't see why we should go on.
Mr. Speaker,
we have a lot to do.
Let the records reflect that the minister's answer was parliamentary. He hasn't offended any part of outstanding orders. So, Mr. Minister, proceed to provide further answers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think my colleague, the majority chief whip, was not listening to the minister. The minister didn't even start answering the question. He said the member is aware he is going to ask this question, but he held a press conference to attack him. Mr. Speaker, if the minister cannot provide sections of the press conference that attack him, then that should be expunged from our record. Because it's not part of the answer, it's not part of the question. He said he held a press conference to attack him without answering the questions. So if he doesn't have evidence to that effect, and the member performing his function, which is outside the chamber, how can that be brought into the chamber to use against him? So the minister should answer the question. Mr. Speaker, you should expunge the part that says that the member held a press conference to attack him, because the member didn't attack him. He was speaking to issues that he thinks
was necessary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I heard the majority chief whip, the respected majority chief whip. Mr. Speaker, the problem with the minister's way of proceeding is when he said, before I answer the question. Mr. Speaker, Order 88 is very clear. It's titled Manner of Asking and Answering Question. The minister himself, and the record will bear me out, the minister himself said, Mr. Speaker, before I answer the question, let me make a preliminary point. Mr. Speaker, if the minister, the honorable minister, as part of his answer, had said that I did not expect this question because the honorable member had already spoken to it and said A, B, C, D. Mr. Speaker, that would have been very much within the confines of our rules, and even if we were not happy with the answer, we cannot call out the minister. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the minority leadership is right. The minister is he's very capable of answering the questions. Mr. Speaker, the minister has gone ultra-wise. He knows. The minister knows that he's gone outside the rules. So he should just accept that, in fact, the minister, I see he's realized that he's been caught by technicalities. He should just accept the first part in the sponge, and then you proceed to answer the question. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Sami, please, just respond.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for upholding the Okwe doctrine, which I invoked. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the House for the opportunity to respond to this question. It may be recalled that the National Assembly of Togo, by a majority vote, adopted a new constitution in March 2024, establishing the Fifth Republic and transitioning from a presidential to a parliamentary system. This represented a substantial departure from the previous constitution, which provided for the election of a president by universal suffrage with a two-term limit of 5 years each. Under the new constitution, His Excellency Foreign Asingbe was inaugurated as the president of the Council of Ministers, a newly created position held by the leader of the majority party in parliament, with no specified term limit. This measure has been widely condemned by opposition factions, civil society organizations, youth groups, and Amnesty International as an attempt to extend his tenure in office. As a result, Mr. Speaker, this became the primary catalyst for the violent protests that took place in Lomé and its surrounding regions. Mass protests were reported to have occurred in Togo over recent weeks, culminating in violent clashes between law enforcement authorities and demonstrators from the 26th to the 28th of June 2025. The protests emerged as President Foreign Asingbe faced mounting demands from critics for his resignation amidst constitutional amendments that could potentially extend his stay in power indefinitely. Civil society organizations and social media influencers organized these protests in response to the government's suppression of demonstrations held earlier in the month. Youth-led demonstrations organized via social media erupted in Lomé and other urban centers on the 6th of June 2025. The demonstration was primarily triggered by recent constitutional modifications, which were regarded as an effort to prolong President Foreign Asingbe's tenure indefinitely. Additionally, grievances prompting the violent protests include the apprehension of prominent musician Amaron, a Togolese rapper and activist known for his outspoken criticism of President Foreign Asingbe's administration, deteriorating economic conditions, and high youth unemployment rates. While the demonstration was quite peaceful in the beginning, clashes with security personnel resulted in the deployment of tear gas and detention of approximately 80 individuals, comprising students, medical professionals, and civil society members. Of these, Mr. Speaker, 56 protesters were subsequently released on the 11th of June 2025. However, some individuals, including a French national whose identity remains undisclosed, continue to be in custody. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, journalists were reportedly subjected to fiscal mistreatment and compelled to delete footage from their devices during the demonstration. On June 16th, the government subsequently suspended Radio France Internationale and France 24 from broadcasting within Togo for 3 months, accusing them of incitement and disinformation. Additionally, the government invoked Law number 2019-010, which prohibits unauthorized public gatherings. It accused the organizers of the protest of acting on the behalf of foreign interests with the intent to destabilize the state. Despite the prohibition, Mr. Speaker, spontaneous demonstrations emerged in multiple districts of Lome, including Bay, Kolembe, De La Paix, and along, Mr. Speaker, pardon me, and along the Oti Boulevard from June 26 to 28, 2025. Security personnel responded promptly and decisively, utilizing tear gas to disperse the protesters. The application of crowd control tactics incited panic among residents, resulting in disorderly scenes and fragmented movements. Throughout this period, the city experienced a substantial security presence, with nearly all businesses closed and markets left vacant. 4 individuals are reported to have lost their lives in Lome, following violent clashes between security forces and anti-government demonstrators. According to local NGOs, the bodies of 7 persons were recovered from bodies of water in and around the districts of Akodeswa and Bay in Lome. The security personnel also purportedly carried out door-to-door operations, leading to arbitrary arrests and engendering fear and panic within the affected communities. Over 60 individuals, including students, activists, and health workers, were reportedly detained. 19 of those arrested were found guilty of aggravated public disorder by the public prosecutor and received a sentence of 12 months imprisonment, with 11 months suspended on July 4, 2025. The remaining individuals, Mr. Speaker, were released due to the lack of sufficient evidence. Meanwhile, a government spokesperson attributed the fatalities to drowning, warning against the dissemination of unverified information. The protests, Mr. Speaker, have garnered criticism from regional observers and human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, which has urged for independent investigations into the deaths and the alleged abuses. The persistent lack of official acknowledgement regarding casualties and the use of force has intensified mistrust, leading to renewed calls for further demonstrations. Although there have been no reports of Ghanaian involvement in the fatalities or arrests, the Togolese government decided to close all unofficial crossing points amid heightened security measures along the Ghana-Togo border on 2nd July 2025. This action restricted access to residents of border communities and other individuals who depend on these crossings for their daily activities. The decision was reportedly made due to concerns that the youth leaders behind the demonstrations from the 26th to the 28th of June have established operational bases in Ghana and are coordinating activities from across the border. Mr. Speaker, let me emphasize that the government of Ghana is not aware of Ghana serving as a base for any protester or any activist in Togo, and these claims are baseless and totally unfounded. Mr. Speaker, currently, only the main Aflao border and the Bit 9 pedestrian border post remain open to travelers. Meanwhile, the situation in Lome remains calm, with businesses and offices, including the mission, operating normally.
Honorable, hold on. Honorable members, I have said this several times. It appears we are not listening to what the minister is saying. Please. Yes, Minister.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Currently, only the main Aflao border crossing and the Bit9 pedestrian border post remain open to travelers. Meanwhile, the situation in Lomé remains calm, with businesses and offices, including the mission, operating normally without any hindrance to their activities. In a briefing to the diplomatic corps on 4th July 2025, the Foreign Minister of Togo, Professor Robert Doucet, reiterated the government's commitment to peace and security and assured the diplomatic community that the situation across the community remains stable and peaceful. Ghanaians living in Togo. Right Honourable Speaker, I am pleased to inform the House that there have been no report linking any Ghanaian national to the recent fatalities or arrests in Lomé. The cases currently under investigation by the Togolese authorities pertain to individuals whose activities do not involve any Ghanaian citizen. Our mission in Lomé continues to engage proactively with the relevant local authorities to monitor unfolding developments and uphold the safety and security of Ghanaian citizens in Togo. These engagements have included maintaining open and active channels of communication with Togolese law enforcement and immigration services, providing timely consular assistance and advisory support to Ghanaian nationals, particularly those in areas impacted by recent unrest, participating in regional security dialogues to strengthen mutual cooperation and advance the protection of the rights of Ghanaian residents. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our mission in Togo remains vigilant and responsive, reaffirming Ghana's diplomatic principles of non-interference, citizen protection, and constructive regional cooperation. It is pertinent, however, to observe that none of the diplomatic missions accredited to Togo have been closed down, and citizens from other countries have not been evacuated as a result of the protests. Should any development arise, Mr. Speaker, the mission is well positioned to act swiftly and transparently in the interests of all Ghanaian nationals. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes. Honorable Nana Ajay Aye, any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And thank you, Minister, for coming to respond. Mr. Speaker, press conferences are to inform the public, and questions here in the chamber demand answers. Let the minister not confuse his personal discomfort with national duty. No? Let the minister not confuse his personal discomfort with national duties. Mr. Speaker, Asafo didn't do a press conference. It was the minority caucus that did the press conference. So let the minister get it clear. Mr. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister, given the reported killings and the arrest in Lomé, has the ministry officially engaged ECOWAS or AU to trigger any form of regional protection, or we are waiting to see how the situation will go? Thank you, Mr. Minister.
Yes, Honorable Minister. Minister, I will remind you once again, please cut your answers a bit brief for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Asafo knows that I have a very thick skin. I have no personal discomfort at all. You can hold as many press conferences as you want, and I can take them. So, Mr. Speaker, the government of Ghana, as a founding member of ECOWAS and a pioneer of the Africa Union, which used to be the Organization of African Unity, the OAU. We have, within these two organizations, discussed the Togolese situation. And our position has been communicated in the various communiques that have been issued by the AU and ECOWAS. And beyond that, Mr. Speaker, we have the leadership of these organizations. The current leader of ECOWAS is the distinguished president of Sierra Leone, President Mada Bio, and he has been tasked by his peers to lead in the mediation with all the various factions within ECOWAS. And we believe in his leadership. In the same way, the AU is also doing its best and engaging with the various factions and the government in Togo. And we believe that for now, those regional efforts are adequate and should be supported. And Ghana is being cautious because we are the closest neighbor, and also we not being in the leadership of ECOWAS and the AU, we have to be mindful that we are not accused of undercutting or undermining those who are in the leadership to respond to these matters. But I can confirm to you that we remain committed to our principles of non-interference, good neighborliness, and we are balancing all of these fundamental diplomatic principles so that it does not mar the good relations between Ghana and Togo. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to find out, has the embassy established any functioning 24-hour hotline or digital communication platform that Ghanaians in Togo would reach out to the embassy should there be any case? If they have, how many people have reached out through this 24-hour hotline or digital platform till now?
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me commend the Honourable Asafweje for just expressing his belief in the 24-hour economy of President John Dramani Mahama, which continues to reflect in all aspects of national development. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that our dynamic and hardworking staff at our mission in Lomé have been in touch with the Ghanaian community, and they have established communication channels for 24-hour communication. In terms of the details, the specific requests, I can submit a full report on the nature of the calls, the kind of assistance that the callers have been calling for, and I'm happy to do that. But Mr. Speaker, let me use this opportunity to place on record, the record of Parliament, that even before this disaster in Togo, we have sent out a circular to all our missions, all the 71 diplomatic missions, that they need to maintain 24-hour hotline services. We have to be responsive. All calls will now be recorded, and we are putting in place simultaneous systems where multiple calls can be received at the same time, and we are dealing head-on with this challenge of non-responsiveness. So all the missions were given a deadline, I think by 16th June of last month, to install these modern communication systems, and about 52 of them have complied. We are assisting the remaining to install all of these modern communication systems so that our embassies will be responsive to particularly the needs of Ghanaians who live within their jurisdictions. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable, the last question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, can the Minister confirm to us whether the embassy have any evacuation or operational plan and or response? And if they have, is there a way that the Ghanaian citizen in Togo or Lomé will know or will be updated about such evacuation plan should there be any case?
Very well. Yes, Honourable Minister.
I'm grateful to you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I can confirm to you that all our missions have evacuation plans. Indeed, it's part of the new reforms and the new KPIs that we have rolled out, every mission must have an evacuation plan and must have regular simulations so that these evacuations can be done seamlessly. Mr. Speaker, let me confirm that that is what we brought to bear in the recent Israeli-Iranian conflict, and that is what allowed us to swiftly evacuate our students in Israel and in Iran, Tehran, to be specific. And so far, Mr. Speaker, the evacuation plans are working, and none of our compatriots has been caught up in any of these theaters of conflict across the world. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable. So all of you want to. Yes, Honorable Isaac.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the Minister's response, he indicated that the Aflao border currently remains the main border opened. But for purposes of business and trading, Aflao border happens to be a very important corridor for tax purposes with the customs. And then we have the Akanu-Nuepe border, which also has a place for trading between Ghana and Togo. With the incidents happening in Togo, it has had some significant effect on trading between Ghana and Togo, and then consequently on our tax revenue. I want to find out from the Honorable Minister, what is government's plan to working on towards ensuring that trade between Ghana and Togo and the taxes that we generate on the Aflao-Nuepe border and the rest are not affected?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Honorable Minister.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that we are engaging with our counterparts in Togo to reopen the borders because it's really a matter that affects a lot of economic activity. Asigame in Lomé is very popular as a major market. People travel from Aflao, the whole market, and vice versa. We are quite confident that these borders will be reopened soon, particularly in the spirit of Pan-Africanism and within the objectives of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, where we want to increase trade amongst ourselves beyond the under 20% that we are doing currently. So the engagements are going on, and we are quite optimistic that very soon the borders will be reopened. I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable Member for Damango.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thank the Minister for his answers. And I've followed the Minister's presentation. Mr. Speaker, the Minister will agree with me that at the heart of the Togolese crisis, the age-old Togolese crisis, is the issue of democracy. My question to the Minister is, will the Ghanaian government support the deepening of democratic practice in Togo, particularly as it relates to term limits? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, are you minded to respond to the question? Honorable members, please allow me. Why we brought the minister is different from the question that is throwing. So that's why I'm asking if he's minded to answer that question. I'll give him the floor. If he's not, then I'll ask the member to file a first question. So, Minister, if you are minded, then you can respond to the question.
Well, I'm very grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do not want the ranking member to say that I'm running away from his questions, even though he should have filed a substantive question in this regard. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, there are a number of principles at play in this very important question. As a democratic country that has emerged as a shining example to other countries. We remain a role model, a poster child for democracy, and we are committed at urging everybody to emulate Ghana's democratic credentials. It's the best form of government. It aids development. It allows for civic spaces to be expanded, for inclusivity, for everybody to contribute towards national development. So it is really what all of us must commit to. And Mr. Speaker, let me say that we will continue to support democratic efforts globally, not only on the continent, but globally, everywhere that our expertise. Some of our former electoral commissioners, Dr. Farijan, for example, is called upon by the UN every now and then to assist other countries. Some of our institutions, our foreign ministry is credited to have established the foreign ministry in Namibia. We support the institutions in Rwanda and Burundi, many other. So I think that that is a soft power we have that we must continue to really project and advocate. So within that framework, Ghana will always be a force for good, a force for democracy, to deepen democracy globally. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, we also have to be mindful of the sovereignty of other countries. When sovereign countries say they have voted and carried out a referendum and all of that, we will be careful not to be accused of meddling or interfering with what other sovereign countries are doing. So it's a delicate balance, and we will keep proceeding very cautiously and maneuvering in a way that diplomatically does not affect our time-tested principles of being positively neutral, being friends of all and enemies to none. All of these overarching principles must continue to guide our foreign policy, and so we will be proceeding gingerly when it comes to these matters. And that's how I would respond, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You have spoken, Honorable Reid, you have spoken. Let him give to Suom. Please, I'm coming.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, tomorrow is the day for the media review, which means that we wouldn't be able to do very much tomorrow. I think that I'm just pleading with you if we can limit the supplementary being asked so that we can do the other business. Mr. Speaker, I pray.
Very well. Yes, Honourable Member for Suom.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honourable Minister, I want to find out for your ministry, has the ministry identified and documented the total number of Ghanaians currently residing in Togo, including students, traders, and undocumented migrants, and how this data being verified in real terms? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's about the issue.
Honourable Minister, did you get the question? You got the question? Very well. But please be brief.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honourable MP's question is on data, a very important question. If the ministry has compiled accurate data of all Ghanaians living in Togo, this raises a very important issue. Our missions continue to encourage Ghanaians who enter other jurisdictions to make themselves known, report, have your details taken, so that we can always be on the lookout, seek your welfare, extend consular assistance to you when you need them. So in terms of the categories you have given, yes, we know the students, particularly those on government scholarship. We have the year abroad program for students who study French. And so we have the data for those who are in Lomé studying French, we have that data. We have the data on the recognized associations who have registered with the mission. The challenge will be those who come in quietly and do not either join the Ghanaian associations or make their presence known to our embassy staff. But we keep urging Ghanaians that when you enter a country, please let the embassy know you are around so that we can guide you. But I'm willing to provide a breakdown of all of the Ghanaians who have been brought to our attention formally, those in the associations, the students. We have their names, their contact numbers, and I can share that if Mr. Speaker so decides. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The last person to Honorable, and that will be the last question.
Mr. Speaker,
Ambassador, you've spoken. So,
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mine is to let the minister clarify something he said. Mr. Minister, you stated that the government was not aware of any operational base in the Republic of Ghana. You agree with me that not being aware is not the same as not existing. Can you assure this House that the government knows as a matter of fact that the youth in Togo involved in the violence do not have any operational base in the Republic of Ghana? Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. And I want to commend the Honourable MP for the opportunity to restate this point. I recall that in my response, I even added that those allegations being held at Ghana are baseless and totally unfounded. The government can confirm authoritatively that we do not have an operation base here to destabilize Togo or any other country. And we are stating that emphatically, very authoritatively, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to re-emphasize that. Ghana will not serve as a base to destabilize any country, any government, or to foment trouble anywhere. And in the case of Togo, we have checked, nothing has come to national security attention, and those allegations are baseless, totally unfounded, and are without merit. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, honorable members. On behalf of the House, I would like to extend our gratitude to the Minister for attending upon the House to respond to his own colleagues. Honorable Minister, we are grateful and you are hereby discharged. Yes, leadership.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I want us to just pray for you to vary the order of business, and so we can lay some papers, some papers on item number 9 on the other paper for today. 9B, I will go to 9B, yes. 9B.
Item number 9, please give me 5 minutes suspension, please.
Assembly,